Thank you very much. I'm just going to leave it out. So, hello.
Hey, everybody.
This is our first live show that we're actually telling people about.
That's true, but our second live show overall.
Yeah.
We're hoping to start doing more of this, especially when we're on location.
Yep.
So this is a good way to kind of work out all the kinks, make sure everything's up and running as it should.
Yeah. In fact, that's the whole purpose of this, is just working out kinks.
Yeah.
And this is test, dry runs for what we're eventually going to do. But for tonight, we actually have something really interesting and I think fun for our little dry run, and that's 3 different sakes that are sort of the same sake, but also a different sake. All 3 of them are the Shichida Junmai Ginjo, and we have the regular Shichida Junmai Ginjo. We have the, which one is this then? The 2017 version of their Nama, which if you've watched previous episodes, you know means unpasteurized sake. Mm-hmm. And this is the 2016 version. So I was able to find
of the Nama.
Yeah, I was able to find the last year's version and this year's version. So number one, sometimes there's differences over year over year between Nama editions, and also this one's been sitting around for a year. It's been refrigerated, but it has been it's been in existence. So it's going to potentially change the flavor a little bit. Mm-hmm. This is a little bit aged, probably aged about a year and change.
That'll be pretty cool. Were you able to find all 3 of these at the same place?
I was. It was pretty cool. I was kind of surprised that he had both. So I will try both. That sounds like fun.
I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm starting to wonder if we should have done another blind tasting. Maybe we can do that at the end.
Maybe.
But I went ahead, and we have our 3 little tasting cups here, and we labeled them so we don't get them confused.
Oh, it smells so good. Okay.
And if you saw the last live episode, we have our trusty favoriting stickers.
Yes, you do.
Oh, should I pour that one for you?
I didn't think about that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Might be a little helpful. Boy, you pour a lot of them.
Well, I'm planning to pour a lot of all of them.
These have been in the fridge, and then they've been sitting out for 10, 15 minutes.
Maybe 15 minutes.
So they're definitely cold.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Shichida is from Saga Prefecture, and the name of the brewery is Tenzan. They also make an interesting genshu, like a powerful genshu.
You're gonna pour me any of this one?
Oh,
I didn't pour you any of this one. Live shows.
Yeah. This is why we're doing it live.
This is not why we do it live. This is why we're practicing.
We're learning. Right. So right off the bat, I can actually see that the 2016 Nama looks like it's a little more yellow than the 2017 one, but that might be because it has been sitting around for a while.
Maybe.
Well, let's find out. Let's try these out. So I guess we'll start with the Junmai Ginjo.
The regular Junmai Ginjo?
Yeah, well, let's just call that the control. That's our control.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smells wonderful. Very fruity.
Mm.
Yeah.
Kind of vanilla-y.
Mm-hmm.
And a little is husky the word? Musty? Not really in a bad way, but just like...
I don't know if that's a compliment.
Oh. Well, like barrel-y? Like, what's that flavor that has? What's that flavor profile?
Not sure.
Like when something is oaky? That's the word. Oaky. I think.
You notice that if I swirled around a little bit, it gets... A lot of the fruitiness gets kind of like released. It's a lot more fruity than I expected it to be.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. Shichida always has, so they're really interesting because they create really great sake without really milling it too high. So you don't need to have like a Junmai Ginjo or Junmai Ginjo to have a really refined sake out of them. They famously have like a 75% milled Junmai that tastes amazing. Where for a lot of people would be a little concerned about 75%.
I feel like this one would be really good with like a meal. I could definitely see this one as something that I would.
Their Yamahai is wonderful for meals. One time when we were visiting my family, and parents were going to be making some sauce because we are Italian, and that's what you do. And I wanted to bring a bottle of sake. That would be fun. We're going to bring a bottle of wine, a bottle of sake. Let's see what we're into. So we brought the Shichida Junmai because everybody was like, well, that's something that's really bold. It's going to stand up to that meat sauce. They did a pretty good job. Oh, the meat sauce was pretty intense.
I think that's probably our first intentional use of Yamahai to stand up against bold flavors. And that's kind of like a rule of thumb, I think, that we use now.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving, I think?
I think so. I think for Thanksgiving we had a Yamahai.
Specifically, too.
Yeah. I don't remember which one it was, but definitely it's kind of our go-to when getting big meals.
So there's a little insider tip.
There was also sauce on Thanksgiving. Just let it go. It's a thing. Yeah. All right. So
2016 next?
Yeah, let's do 2016 next. Now it's a Nama, so it's going to be a little bit more. Yes. It's going to be a little bit more. I think that sometimes Namas have a little bit of a chalky front to them, but they're definitely a little more lively. Definitely more aggressive in the flavor.
I can definitely smell it. It smells a lot more tart already.
It is tart. It is quite tart, actually.
Ooh, that is very tart.
Yeah.
And I see what you mean about that chalkiness. I think that's just sort of like I don't know, what is that? It's like tartness, I guess. Just like
it's really bold. It's and again, this has been aged for a year, so it's a little bit different. I think, even more different.
It's definitely very smooth at the end, though. I think the end it kind of finds where it's going. But that it's very tart up front, and not necessarily super sweet, but it is a little sweet.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to explain. Like it's tart, but not necessarily sweet. I feel like the sweetness is there, but it's not as.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not exactly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's actually really hard to describe. All right, so we're going to see how that compares to this one.
2017 now.
So this one doesn't have very much in the way of scent. The 2016 was definitely a lot of aroma.
This is weird.
This one doesn't have much.
It's not in a bad way, but it's really interesting. It tastes much more.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
It tastes sparkling, but it's not.
Right. It has
that.
It is just fresh.
It's that same sort of tartness, but here that tartness comes across as almost bubbly, like that. Like if you've had like champagne, would be a great idea. That like crispness that the champagne has, this has, and it's very light. But the 2016, it seems like that's kind of
it's mellowed,
aged on itself, so it's much more concentrated, and now it's coming across as simply tart. Whereas the 2017 is a lot lighter.
I gotta say, this tastes really, really
And they're
fresh.
the same sake? They're exactly the same?
They're the exact same sake, yeah.
Did you
all three
read anything about changing any sort of...
From what I understand, that they haven't made any real changes over the year.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a matter of just sitting around for a while. Again, refrigerated, but it does, mature. And then this is extremely fresh.
Yeah, it really... bubbling, I think, is the best way to describe this one.
There's an experience that we occasionally have when we go to Japan certain times of year, where we'll have sake that's so fresh that it is a little bit naturally effervescent.
Oh man, that is the best. We only get lucky once or twice, I think.
Right. It was like the first time we experienced it, we were like, oh, is this like a sparkling sake? And a friend of ours was like, no, it's just very, very, very fresh.
I'm trying to see if there's I think there might be little bubbles in here. I can't tell if just where the glass is etched.
I'm not catching any. I don't think it might be
must just be my etched glass then. I got a little excited.
But it is really bold. Both of them are really, really bold.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the just the regular Junmai Ginjo is a lot more little mellow, a little mild.
I'm seeing this one is more tart at the end too.
Definitely keeps that tartness through the whole taste, though. It's really interesting. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards this one.
For your favorite?
Well, no, just between these two. I think that might possibly be because we're not pairing anything with it. We're just having it on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this one is more mellow. Like we said, it's more...
Have a little water and then have the...
Oh yeah, I was waiting to go back to this one. But
it tastes like water.
This one is
like it's really, really mellow now. It tastes like nothing now. It's so overpowered by the namas.
Interesting. I'm almost out of water. Oh wait, I already have some.
Yeah, very, very, very weird. This is a fun experiment. I like this.
Ooh, yeah. This one definitely tastes very mild up front, and then it's still, they all, I think, are in the end is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, I could barely, like when I had the Junmai Ginjo again, I was like, I can barely taste this. Just because the other ones are just so in your face. But that's what that nama note brings. When you don't pasteurize your sake, you get a much bolder flavor sometimes. Yeah, I like this.
The first time we went through this way, I was kind of leaning towards this one to be my favorite, but now that we've been drinking...
Have you had all three again?
Yeah, I've kind of gone back through. I think I might go ahead and label the... Oh, my little favorite sticker is not coming off very easily.
Oh, what did you do?
It's very tough. These were very cheap stickers. They're actually not stickers, they're Post-it notes. It's very cute. Does it have a mind of their own? Okay, so.
This is, if we were doing this recorded, this would be edited out.
I mean, I don't know, maybe.
Maybe?
I'm gonna go Nama aged 1 year in the fridge. That's my vote. I like it because I feel like it has a very bold but mellow flavor. I know those are usually contradicting, but it's got a lot of flavor that's not overpowering. This one, obviously the same. That flavor is very light and crisp. It reminds me of champagne. I think it would be great for maybe celebrations. It would be a good one, very fun. And I like it better than this one, like just between these three, being this one being my favorite. It's just a lot more going on, I think. And I like that. I like the big, bold sake flavors. I like weird flavors. So that's definitely why this one's my favorite out of the three.
When I first had the Junmai Ginjo, I was like, this is wonderful. This is, I was like, wow, I forgot. This is what Shichida brings to the table. This is so good. And now it's like it's so mild and mellow that's hard to taste after the other two. Now, I do really like the 2016, but it is a little bit more. It does have a little bit more punch to it, like a richer almost.
Yeah, rich
flavor to it. Whereas I think the 2017 just has that fresh pop in your face kind of thing, where it's like just really crisp and exciting, and I really like that. So I'm going with the 2017.
You picture Jay on crazy style.
So I'm going with the 2017. Although, don't get me wrong, I think that in a vacuum, I would love all three of these.
Do you want to try it blind? And I'll bring you three, and I will tell you which is which.
I will walk away for a minute, and you can pour, and then so people will know who's not me.
Can you? Oh, you're out. Okay, so I'll pour fresh.
Okay. Well, let me just.
You can go check on the chat and see if we have any questions.
Okay.
Now
we're just checking on the chat will result in me seeing things.
Oh, that's true. Well,
so yeah.
Can you check? Well, you can check the chat really quick while I get some cups for you.
Ben Bell says that Shichida is so good. He's right, Thanks, Ben.
All right, let's see. We've got some fun cups. We have our Kia tasting event. That one's fun. I'm not really sure what they got. And I'm going to put numbers on the bottom so I can remember which is which. And then this way you can get kind of well, I would say it's unbiased, but these are really such a strong, punchy flavor. It does kind of...
I think I'm going to get this one. I'm usually really bad at these, but I think...
Oh, look, I'm not ready yet.
I think I'm going to get this. I'm not looking on purpose. I'm just,
All right.
hanging out.
All right, they're stuck on there now. almost not gonna stay. So it's just not gonna stay. All right, no peeking. You're not peeking, right?
I am not peeking at all.
So what other types of Shichida are there? We were talking about the Yamahai.
Mm-hmm.
You've got
They have the 75%.
the 75%. You mentioned that one. All right.
Nobody can be heard from over there.
And I'll get you some more water, and then we should be ready for your blind test.
Sure. They also have a regular Junmai. It's the one with the green label. I think that one's milled to 65%, and that is also really great. Like, everything they make is wonderful. It's one of those breweries.
They usually have different colored labels, right? That's usually how they designate the difference.
The lighter green is the Junmai. There's like a maroon that's a 75. The black is their Ginjo. Everything they do is really, really wonderful.
I like it when the labels are like color coded or generally the same to show you that they're the same brewery, and then different colors designate the different types. I think that's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it makes it easier to remember, especially if you're newer and you can't always remember the names. Then you can just remember what color you like, and that makes it easy to find. So
especially when you don't speak Japanese like us.
Yeah. So I actually don't remember which one is in which cup based on what they look like, but I did put stickers on the bottom.
Okay. So I'm going to find out in a minute. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
See if I can do this.
You don't have to necessarily try to pick which one you think is which. This was more to
You want me
help
to figure out which one I like the best?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to kind of like what we did at our last live show. If you are watching this one, you probably are already subscribed, which is so you got an alert.
Well, no, the last one was on YouTube. This is on Facebook.
Right. So if you got this on Facebook and you're not following us on YouTube, you can also follow us on YouTube, and you'll get alerts when we go live there. Mm-hmm. If you're watching this on the archive, make sure to subscribe, and you'll get the notifications for the first time.
And if you can, please do subscribe on YouTube rather.
It actually does help us
useful.
in a few different ways. First of all, if we get a certain number of subscribers, then we're able to have our own
custom URL.
So instead of it being random each time, you can always just go to youtube.com/Sasaki Notes, and we'll always be there. But we can't do that until we get more subscribers. What else does it help us do? I think it's going to help us go live there.
Yeah, it helps us go live from cell phones easier. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they're going to be allowing everybody to do that eventually, but it's just not. It's not easy to do yet. It's not. They lock a lot of features behind subscriber walls. Mm-hmm. So we need subscribers.
So we can do more stuff. And also, of course, if you subscribe, you're alerted to these, and you can leave us ideas that you might have. Always helpful.
I think your note thingy came off the bottom of this one.
Oh no, did you see?
No, I did not.
It did come off. I'll stick it on there.
I just saw that there was something under there.
Yeah, these little stickies were not quite very sticky. Okay. So do you know which one you like the best?
I still like this one the best, and I'm pretty sure that this is the 2017.
Okay.
Just double check.
Well, you don't have to get them exactly right, but...
No, I'm curious. This has been a failing of mine for a while now, so...
Okay. I should have done one for you, too.
Yeah. Alright, so I think this is the 2017.
Alright, let's see.
Am I right?
Wait, well, which one are you going to put your favorite on first?
Oh.
Put your favorite sticky on one of these little glasses. Alright, so we put it on the middle one, which we're checking now.
Yeah.
This one fell off, it's not here. 2016.
Really? Well, that's interesting. You sure you didn't screw up?
I'm sure I didn't. What?
Okay,
So what's your second favorite?
No.
This one? This is the 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the regular.
Right. Wow, that is interesting. I totally thought it was the other. I thought it was the other way around. Once again, I'm proving that there's no accounting for taste.
Do you want to do it for me? Or is that kind of boring if we do it twice in a row?
No.
Okay, so you can mix around the stickers, but you might want to... Because I don't know. I don't remember which ones I put which, but I don't want anyone to give it to you.
Okay.
And then I just didn't do one for the original, so... Okay.
Do something over there.
I'll get some water, because I don't have any water.
There you go, get some water.
Check the chat, see if they have any ideas.
I guess the 7 is 2017.
Open Bell just subscribed. Thanks. It's really fun. We've actually been having a lot of fun trying sakes and combinations that we haven't previously done. Our first few episodes, we focused on types that we liked, types that we had, that we had in special situations. Like we were really focusing on ones that were our go-tos, and now we're starting to focus more on sakes that we are learning from every time, and that's been really fun, I think. I think these are my favorite types of episodes, where I learn something.
I think that's important. I feel like I'm always learning. Every time I have a new sake, even when I retry an old sake, I'm learning something.
Especially when you are tasting them alongside other sakes, and you can kind of understand the nuances and the differences between them. I think that's fun. My favorite types of tasting events are the events that are all from the same region or prefecture specifically, because I feel like at that point I can kind of understand what it is that makes that prefecture special, like what that prefecture's rice is, or what that water, what it really brings that makes that sake special. Whereas if we go to something like the Joy of Sake event, where there's like 300 different sakes, they all kind of start to run together, and I get a little confused.
You also get a little drunk.
Well, yes, of course. But
everybody gets a little drunk.
These tasting sets that we do where they're similar, those are my favorite.
Those are a lot of fun.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Come on back.
All right. You didn't mess them up, right? You guys.
No, there are stickers. And
all right, perfect.
Confident that I did them right.
Okay. I forgot to get water. You have any left? Can I borrow yours?
There is a little bit of water. Okay. There is not a lot of water though.
So this one doesn't have much of a smell. So going off of smell, I'm gonna think. This is definitely the 2017. I'm gonna guess. Well, it does have more of a flavor to it. My immediate guess was 2017 because there wasn't much of a smell to it, and it was a very crisp flavor. But now that it's like in my mouth, it's the richness is coming through. So now I'm thinking maybe it's 2016. Definitely not though. Okay, now I'm like nervous. I always talk like such a big game too when we taste. This one tastes like a donut. like a very fine pastry. It's very sweet, very rich. Uh-oh.
I actually don't even, I mixed them up so that I wouldn't even remember, so I don't know which one you're having.
Okay, I'm gonna say this one tastes a little bubbly too, but it's also got not as much flavor, so I'm gonna guess that this one that I just had is the regular Junmai Ginjo.
That is the 2016.
Oh man!
Yeah.
I did say it was a little bubbly, so I guess that was consistent.
She's like, oh, the pressure's on.
No, I have no idea.
Shatter your world.
Well, I will say this one was my favorite at the end.
Okay.
Should put a sticker on it. Was that one this one?
Yes, that's the regular.
Okay. And then this one was
It is the 2017.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I guess I learned from that testing that the 2017
The 2017 and 2016 are more similar than we thought.
Are more similar than we thought, and I think the 2016 and the Junmai Ginjo more similar than we thought too. Or the 2017 and the Junmai Ginjo more similar than we thought too. That was fun.
Yeah, definitely. This is weird because now I'm like.
Are you sure you didn't mix them up? I'm just kidding. I know you didn't mess them up.
The 2017 feels a little bit sweeter. Tastes a little bit sweeter, whereas the 2016 tastes a little bit more round.
Yeah.
I think, but it's subtly so. It's not like, it's not in your face. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's our live show.
That's our
test, our field test. This is the first one where we're doing like a mobile style.
Right.
Hopefully we'll be able to use this on our soon-to-be trip to Japan. We hope to do some cool live stuff from izakayas. We're going to be in a lot of different prefectures this year. We're going to be traveling a lot more than we usually do, so that'll be fun. We'll get to find a lot of new things.
typically we just stay in Tokyo, but this year we're going to be in Fukuoka, and we're going to be in Hiroshima, and we're going to be in Osaka. We're going to be in Kyoto, and then Tokyo. Which is my favorite part of the trip.
So Tokyo, we're pretty familiar with. That's our bread and butter. We like to go there every year. So if you know some cool places that we should check out in other places we're going, let us know. We definitely want to try new places.
Always.
Yeah. So that's the live show.
Yeah. Thank you very much for tuning in to this the show about Japan and sake and Japanese sake. And again, as we said earlier, subscribe whenever you can. It really helps us out a lot. It helps us a lot more than we thought it did.
Yeah. If you're watching this live, look out. Our next episode will probably be the special Snow Kai-san.
Yeah. The next episode, the next regular episode, the pre-recorded, is going to be us talking exclusively about the Hakai-san snow-aged 3-year Junmai Ginjo. That is delicious, and made a guest appearance on our tasting live show that you might have seen. Wherein I discovered that I like that sake more than I thought I did. It was great. So yeah. Tune in, and hopefully we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now I struggle with this microphone. That may or may not have been recording anything. We'll find out.
This will be a good test to see how the microphones work.
Yep.
Mobily. Hopefully we don't need them mobily, because this would be kind of awkward, I think, now I'm realizing, in izakayas and zebasikas